Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Video Game Mastermind. Slightly different one today, because today it's my go. And I'm not last on, it's just the way the orders run. There's a couple more people to come on yet, but it seems as I'm about, and I've got someone to host it for me. I'm going to have a go today. So, for this one at least, I'm going to hand over control for a bit to Nuno, who's volunteered to ask the questions. You alright, mate?
That's right. Hello, everyone. Scott, it's time for you to take your own challenge.
It is. And it's
How
quite a
confident do
chill
you think
thing.
you are?
It's quite a chill thing, but like when it's my
Yeah.
own idea, it adds pressure, you know. It adds pressure. Like coming
I
last
think you'll do
would be
well. I
good.
got you some questions. You've picked your game. Can you tell people what the game is?
I've gone with Bloodborne because it is one of
Yeah.
my most
So
played
I've
games
scored
recently, and I know a
You've
bit
played
about
it
it.
like 4 times, haven't you?
Yeah, I've played it 4 times
Are
through,
you
and a few
trained it
more.
as well? All right. Oh, should we get straight into the questions then? Are you ready?
We may as well. We may as well,
All right
because
then.
what else can happen?
All right. Question 1. Pretty straightforward. Name the 3 offered starting trick weapons.
Okay, so I don't use them all to the same amount because I have preferences, but the first one is the Hunter Axe, which is one of my favorites. But then my absolute
Yeah.
go-to would be Saw Cleaver. That's definitely one of the better weapons in the game. And I believe the third one is the
Definitely.
Threaded Cane.
That's right. 3 for 3. You got them all correct.
Alright, yeah, that helps a bit. There's a bit of doubt in my mind for a second. I was like, oh no.
You got it. You aced it. To be fair, Hunter Axe is more of my go-to. It's a bit OP with the spin move, but you know.
Yeah.
Alright then, question 2. Are you ready?
I am ready.
The brain of Mantis afflicts the player with which status effect?
Right, so the Brain of Mantis kind of shoots arrows at you, and if it's exactly what I'm thinking of, it's Frenzy status.
Is that the answer you're gonna go with?
Yeah, there isn't that many statuses, so Frenzy, please. Final answer.
Well, you are correct. It is Frenzy.
Okay. He's learning from me
Yeah,
with the
pretty
style he's
straightforward.
asking. You know, he's like, are you sure?
Just want to make sure, you know.
Yeah. I know. I asked for it, so.
Come on, man. We're only on question 2. It's not that deep.
No.
Alright
Alright,
then.
man, that's good.
Question 3. How much insight is needed for the lesser amygdalas to become visible?
Wow. Wow, that is a question. Oh dear.
You do know
Right.
what I'm on about, right?
I do know. So it's like the big spider enemies outside the cathedral and stuff. And there are, Insight has sort of control in the game.
That's right.
How many has different triggers of like stuff that happens. It's not that deep, but yeah. I think they appear later in the game automatically, but you can get them early with Insight. But
Yep.
that's not a sort of figure I know off the top of my head, you know?
Do you have a general idea?
It's a lot. It's more than you would get on a new game by that point. So I'm thinking it's got to be like 20, 30, 40, 50. And that's a long range of stuff, but it's a lot. I don't know, man. I probably think it's probably 40 or 50, and this is probably where I shoot myself in the foot and go the wrong way. But I've got nothing other than to guess 40. 40 insight.
40 insight.
40 insight.
Also, a pretty good guess because it's the correct answer.
Oh, come on, man. That's good, that is. Like, it's just that
Yeah,
bit in the back of my head that is high up. I was like 40. But honestly,
yeah.
it could
I
easily have been
definitely didn't get
50.
that much on my first playthrough.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'd
you got it
store it.
right.
I don't really put it in liquid form, you know?
Yeah. Alright, then on to question 4. What area would you find the Shadows of Yharnam boss? So I'm looking
It's
for
in
the
the
name of
bottom
the
of
area.
the woods area. And let me just think about the name
Yeah.
itself. I believe it's Forbidden Woods.
Is that where you're going with?
I've got nothing else.
That is also correct.
Okay. Confidence is growing by the
Alright, man.
second.
What do you think so far? Pretty easy?
Not question 3.
You're
Not
4 for
question
4 right
3.
now.
But yeah, the other ones are. I feel like if you've played enough of Bloodborne, they'll be gettable. But question 3, I don't think anyone has that as a solid fact, you know? Takes a bit of guesswork.
Alright. On to question 5.
Okay.
So, 3 bosses, including the DLC, display the message Nightmare Slain when killed. What are they?
That's a good question. One of them is definitely Murgo's Wet Nurse, because there's a whole big thing around that. With the big delay and the baby crying, and then it pops up with the blood shower. So Murgo's Wet Nurse is
Right.
definitely one of them. I'm gonna go from lore perspective here. And my logic would be
What are you thinking?
that is one of the final bosses of the game, if you choose to take that route. So I would assume one of the regular 2 final bosses would also be it. So the Moon Presence, I think the Moon Presence controls everything in that game, so that would probably be a nightmare. So I would go Moon Presence.
Alright, so you name 2.
But then, if you're talking DLC as well, it's almost certainly going to be Orphan of Kos, because Kos is such a major.
So there's the 3 you're going with.
Murgo's Wet Nurse, Moon Presence, Orphan of Kos.
Well, in this case, your logic got you the right answer. Those are the 3 bosses.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah. With a bit of thinking, you get to the right answer. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Alright then. Question 6. A blood rock can be used to upgrade a weapon up to which level?
10.
Yeah, that's probably the most straightforward question on here.
Yeah. Just like thinking about it. It's not like a Souls plus 15. I'm like, yeah, Bloodborne's definitely 10.
This is a side thing as well I found when I was researching, but do you know how many of these you get per game? This is not a question, by the
One in
way.
the
It's
main
just like,
game, one in the DLC, and you can probably buy 1 to 2 more.
yeah, that's right. You can only get 1 in the main game, and then you have to buy it with Insight from the Insight shop. And then there's another one in the DLC. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I even know where they are, man. That's the confidence is brewing right now.
Yeah, man, you got it. All right, question 7 then. What triggers the hunter's dream to catch on fire?
I believe that would be killing Murgo's Wet Nurse, and in the process, Murgo. Is that what you're looking for?
That is correct.
Alright. Alright, yeah. Yeah, Murgo's Wet Nurse is. I don't think it's a very good boss fight, but it has a lot of importance in the game, and so yeah, there's a lot linked to that.
Well, it definitely looks very cool and intimidating the first time you go to it.
It is intimidating. It's just I don't know. There are bosses which are
Right, then you ready
far
for
more
question 8?
frightening. Question eight's good.
Alright. What is the name of the NPC found sitting in a rocking chair in Bergenworth College?
Yes, NPC names. NPC names. God. And I do know it, but it's not there right now. How much time can I buy myself? And even if I buy myself loads of time, when will I get to it? It is the...
Do you see it in your mind?
See it in
Do
my
you know who
mind.
I'm
Yeah,
on
he,
about?
he sits there rocking on the edge of just before the rum fight. And he is the teacher, I believe. Lawrence's teacher. And on that basis, I'm thinking back to the
I believe so.
cutscene. Thinking back to the cutscene after beating Amelia, where you touch the head. I believe his name is
Mm-hmm.
Master Willem.
Is that the answer you're going with?
I'm gonna go with Master Willem, yeah.
Yeah, that is correct.
Come on, man.
It is Master Willem. He do be rocking in that chair
You
though.
do be rocking in that chair, and it's up to you whether you leave him there or not. Or you go for the lethal execution.
Yeah. Put him out of his misery. Alright then. Question 9.
Yeah.
In the base game, which area has the most lamps?
Wow. Okay. This brings in a question of this sort of thinking. Like I've given you guys one like that. Is this just base game, or could it include? You can
Yep,
say
just
all of
base game.
just the base game.
Yep. Actually, it doesn't matter because this area that I'm talking about has the most in the base game and the DLC, so.
Fair enough.
But just stick to the base game areas.
I know a lot of areas in this game have one lamp, and possibly another one stuck at the end, where the boss is. Oh, that's it. That's the good point. I think in Bloodborne it's quite basic in the way it works, and it's sort of like you get a lamp at the start, and then a lamp pops up when a boss dies. So my part of my reasoning would be sort of Central Yarnum. There's a lamp at the start, if that counts, but that could be part of the clinic for all I know. There's obviously Central Yarnum lamp. Cleric Beast dies on the bridge, and there's also Gascoigne dying. That's 3. That's not a huge amount, but it could be enough. Yahoo Ghoul, though, has a lot. Because... that's tempting me right now. But then so does the Nightmare of Mensis. I'm going to have to count
What
these
do you
up.
think?
It's between Yahoo Ghoul and Nightmare of Mensis, I think. Purely because of the boss numbers in them. And there aren't that many checkpoint lamps in Bloodborne. Like, you have to earn them. Yahoo Ghoul, where do you
Alright,
start in
between
Yahoo
those
Ghoul?
two, what do you think?
You start with the... There's a lamp right at the start. There's a broken lamp in the prison area. You can kill Dark Beast and get a lamp there. You can kill One Reborn and get a lamp there.
This guy's running whole simulations in his head.
I know, I'm actually like got my eyes closed. Nightmare of Mensis has one at the bottom, but then it has another one really close to it. Has another one really close to it, and then you kill what's his name? Mikolash get another one. Kill Murga's Wet Nose get another one.
What a boss.
But that's now 2 I've got with 4. And that's suspicious because there's going to be a clear winner. So which of them has a lamp I've overlooked? If it's those at all. He's just sat there with a smile on his face and well, it's not either of them. It's somewhere else. I've forgotten.
I'm listening to the logic.
Just listen to the
You're on the
logic.
right lines, but you got to come up with one answer.
I know. So Yahoo Go
What do
1,
you reckon, Scott?
2. No, hang on a minute. Yahoo Go has 5. It has 5 lamps in it, I think. Because that one actually does have a checkpoint lamp. Just after the laser one. After the laser amygdala. There's a lamp there. There's a broken one. I'm gonna go with Yahoo Go. After intense thinking.
Yahoo.
Yeah.
That is the incorrect answer.
Is it?
It was actually the Nightmare of Menses.
Oh no. How many does it have?
It has 4 lamps, so you got the number right, but in the other area, it was only, I believe, 3 or 2.
Yahoo Go only has 3.
I think so. I might have
I
to
wonder
just
if
double
that's
check that one.
because, you know, have you ever been in the dark version where you get captured?
With the sack man.
Yeah, I wonder if those lamps count
Yeah.
separately.
I'm not sure. The information I got was from the wiki, so whatever it says on there, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Beating on
Nightmare of
technicality.
Menses, 4 lamps.
4 lamps.
Alright then, this is question 10 now.
Yeah.
You only got 1 wrong so far.
Yeah. If we can get this one, it'd be great. But even if we don't, I'm still in a decent place, I think.
Okay. Now, this question, I wouldn't know myself, but it's guessable, I think.
Okay.
So here we go, question 10. How many covenants are there in the game? So I'm looking for a number, not the names themselves.
The main question that comes to my mind is what is a covenant in Bloodborne? It's not really clear cut like Souls is. You can join
Yeah,
the
it's a bit more
Vilebloods.
ambiguous, but
You can join the Vilebloods. Is it including DLC as well?
yes.
There's a rune you can put on in your 3rd slot, which has a name of a character set, such as Varblood, Hunter, Beast. I don't know what classifies as a covenant in this game. I know there's a league for co-op, and there's a Varblood community for PvP, but that's about as far as Allegiance goes in terms of online. So it could literally be 2, but I don't think there would only be 2 official covenants in the game. So I can only guess 5. I can guess 5 because there's 5 special runes that have an effect, but there could even be 6. But I think there's
Right.
5. I'm just gonna go with 5. I don't know.
Is that the final answer?
Yeah, I'll go 5.
That is incorrect. There is 6 covenants.
6.
Yeah. So, from what I gathered, there's the Canehurst Vilebloods,
Yeah.
the Executioners, the Hunter of Hunters, the League, the Blood Beast, and the Lumen Woodkin.
Yeah.
So there you
I
go.
don't know what the executioners are. Executioners.
Me neither, to be honest, but
That's the one I forgot. I know there's 2 in DLC. I don't know who the executioners are.
yeah,
That's
they're
what I
definitely
can't.
not as clear cut as in the other Souls games.
Yeah.
So it's a bit more tricky.
Oh well. Could have been worse.
Alright then, Scott. 8 out of 10. How are you feeling?
Straight 8 first, straight out was really nice. 2 at the end was a bit of a slip, but it's a bit annoying because I was sort of half there with both of them as well. But I try and use that as a positive rather
Yeah.
than
But I
negative.
did write the questions to ramp up a little bit. So, yeah, good job, man.
Cheers, my man.
Are you ready for section 2?
Yeah, this is probably where I make a bigger mug of myself than the first round, though. That's the problem. Like, people don't know anything about Bloodborne. They're like, oh, well, I wouldn't have known that. Second round, they're shouting at the screens.
Alright then, Scott. First thing I'm going to ask you is, do you want sheet number 1 or sheet number 1?
I think I'll go with sheet 1, my dude.
Alright then, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I get no choice. I thought for
Alright
a
then,
second
let's
you
get
actually
into
had
it.
2 sheets. I was like, oh no.
No,
He's
no.
actually
I've
pre-prepared
only
2
prepared
sheets to
1.
mug me off.
No, no. Alright then. Question 1. What is the name of the finishing moves found in the Mortal Kombat series?
Never played a fighting game in my life. Not properly, anyway. Only for a laugh. Finish him
You've
goes
heard of
about.
the game, right?
I've heard of Mortal Kombat, yeah. Finish him is a word that goes around a
It's
lot
the
in the area, but if I was to guess just a technical word, if there's a specific word for Mortal Kombat, I've had it, but I know the word fatality. I honestly have nothing
fatality.
more. I don't know enough Mortal Kombat to have any better guess than that.
Well, that is the correct answer.
Oh, thank God. If there was any technical name at all, no chance. But you take what you can get.
Alright then. Question 2. Question 2, are you ready?
I'm ready.
So currently, what is the best-selling video game of all time?
And it had to be purchased. So, like, your Fortnites won't count.
It had to be.
Do you know what I mean? Like, people popping on League and
Yes.
stuff like that had to
I'm
be
gonna say
purchased.
yes.
In terms of long term.
I mean, it implies best-selling.
Forget I asked. In terms of long term interaction and community, I would guess GTA 5.
Is that the answer you're gonna go with?
Uh, if there's something more obvious, then I'll kick myself. But yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of games out there, man. You don't want to think about it a little bit? Best-selling video game of all time.
I know GTA did just does so well with everyone, and I feel like it's one of those games where anyone from a lot of gens would have played it. It could easily just be like Mario 64 or something, but something in my head just tells me it's GTA 5. I don't know. It could be miles away, but I'll go with it. So I don't sit here for an hour thinking about it.
Alright. Alright, sticking with GTA 5.
Yeah.
That is incorrect. It is actually Minecraft is the best-selling video game
Minecraft.
of all time currently.
I would have never got to it, to be
GTA
fair.
5 was on the list, to be fair, so still on the right lines, but not quite as successful as Minecraft, unfortunately.
Alright.
Alright. Question 3.
I didn't like those two
This
questions, to be
video
fair.
game series has you completing a series of puzzles in the Aperture Science laboratories.
That's Portal. And I wish I could talk about it more, but that's all I know. It's Portal.
Yeah, that is correct.
Never played it, but wish I could. But they never ported it to like recent gen, so sad.
You recognize the name.
Aperture Science, yeah, Portal's kind of it's quite well known, and I've seen some videos on it.
Yeah.
But I can't.
I'll say most of these are based on well-known game series.
Yeah.
Right then. Question 4.
Okay.
Claire, Ethan, and Leon are playable characters in which video game series?
Claire Redfield, Leon Kennedy, Ethan Winters, Resident Evil. Happy with that.
That is correct. They're from Resident Evil. I did think about picking some of the side characters, trip you up a little bit, but
Yeah.
Maybe that was too
Well,
deep.
yeah. The only thing that's going to come of that is I had a really similar question on one of my sheets I've still got, and that's not going to have to be chopped and replaced.
Fair enough. Alright, then you ready for question 5?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Grand Theft Auto 4's setting is based on which real life city?
Even though what I said earlier, never played a GTA game in my life.
Alright.
The city that comes to my head is San Andreas, but I don't know if that's 4. It's in the title, but if it's like just like um, it's just set there. It's not in the name of GTA 4. I don't know. I don't even know which number it is. Maybe it's 3 or 4, and for that reason, I can't even sit around thinking when I've got no logic other than that. So I'm just gonna have to go for San Andreas.
San Andreas, is that what you're going with?
That's all I got.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. It is New York.
New
GTA
York,
4 is based on New York. It is Liberty City.
Liberty City. Which GTA is San
Yeah.
Andreas?
Uh,
Is that literally a spin-off game? Literally called GTA San Andreas?
I think so.
Sad times.
Anyway, we move.
We do move.
Question 6 then. In Shadow of the Colossus, how many colossi are there?
Oh my lord. Pain. I can't even pretend to guess. I'm gonna use the same logic. I'm gonna go on luck here. Bloodborne has 17. So I'm gonna say 17. And I have no logic on Shadow of the Colossus at all. The tension's killing me. You still there, man?
Sorry, I just realized my microphone was muted and I was talking and I was
I was just lying down, like, please, please. And I was like, no, I think his tension, this isn't scripted tension, something's gone wrong.
uh, I just asked you if you'd played the game before and I got no response.
I
And I
started
got
it for like, I thought like 5, and I need to replay it. Well,
okay.
play it, sort of, but yeah, I've got no clue. I'm just guessing 17.
Unfortunately, 17 is incorrect. You were very close. The correct answer is 16.
16.
You were very close.
These
Are you ready
questions are
for question
jabbing
7?
right into my gaps. Okay, let's do it.
Alright. What is the name of the whip wielded by the Belmont clan in Castlevania?
I've got no idea. Absolutely no idea. Never played Castlevania, and maybe with some regret. I don't think I intend to either. But it's based around vampires, I think.
Yeah, what do you think is? Yeah,
So maybe we just go for the
so
vampire's whip
something along those lines.
or
What do you think?
Dracula's whip. But I'll probably go vampires.
Vampires.
Vampires, yeah. I'm sure that'd be a fantastic name.
Well, you're like 50% correct. The name of the whip is the Vampire Killer.
Vampire killer. Uh, what score am I even on right now?
Currently, you have 3 questions right
This is
out of
bad.
7.
This is bad. I couldn't even have snatched any more of them. Like, they were so beyond my knowledge. Man, 3 more. And to
I
be
feel like
honest, I need them. I
if you
need them.
played the games, you would have known like straight away.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, then I'll move on to question 8. So, Helios, Hades, and Hermes are all killed by which video game character?
I would guess, as they're Greek gods, I'm gonna guess Kratos. God of War.
You're gonna go with Kratos.
That's all I got. I wish I could
Is it 'cause
explain
you have
loads of logic on these questions, but honestly, I haven't played any of these games apart from Resident Evil. So, yeah, they're Greek gods, and that would make sense for God of War. So, yeah, Kratos.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, take a deep breath.
Alright, man. 2 more questions to go. You got this. Alright, question 9. The Brotherhood of Steel appear in which video game series?
Never heard of that. Never heard of that.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear
Assassin's
that?
Creed, because I'm playing on the word Brotherhood. So that's it. You know, I can't even come up with stuff to talk about because that is all I have. I'm playing on a word there, Brotherhood. So Assassin's Creed, but
So you're locking in.
confidence level is like
You're locking in.
10%. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed is incorrect.
Okay.
It is Fallout.
Ball out. Uh,
I believe they appear or are mentioned in every single Fallout game, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Never played that. Honestly, I feel like my knowledge of games is so PlayStation based that anything that isn't exclusive, I'm out of it. And I've been out of so many of these. Jesus, right? And you said, based on the fact
Alright.
this question 10, I'm not expecting any hope here.
Yeah, this question 10 is a bit mean. I wouldn't even know how to answer it, to be honest. But I'll give you a bit of help with it. Alright. So, question 10.
Okay.
From Civilization 5, name a playable civilization for the first 3 letters of the alphabet.
I've never seen any Civ 5. I don't even know if Civ is on
So, I'm
consoles.
looking for a civilization for A, B, and C.
I'm trying to think of like world groups, like from history, and none of them are A, B, or C in my brain.
I would say if you go along with
Anglo-Saxons is from history.
I would say world history or countries
So
will get you on the
Africa,
right lines.
Africa. I don't know. There's a continent right there. The whole of Africa.
So these are playable civilizations. So something you pick and then you play the game with.
I have no clue whatsoever. I've never played Civ. Know nothing about Civ. Couldn't even tell you what you do in Civ.
What about in terms of history? Civilizations, what is that? What does that pop into your mind?
Like different groups, like like Romans or Vikings, stuff like that. But I have no clue if that's even on the right lines. That's why I brought up Anglo-Saxons, and I also brought up Africa because that's a whole continent. Maybe I could bring up China, the Chinese. Maybe they're playable.
So I'm looking for an answer. A, one for B, and one for C. So
Africa,
just
China. I've got nothing for B at all. Let me think.
any guesses?
I've got nothing major for B at all in my head. I'm just thinking. Britain, the British, pretty big. But I can't again.
Respectable
Like
guess.
this has been one of the absolute
Alright,
nightmare.
to be fair, this question was pretty bad.
Like
But
I could
alright.
barely have written a worse set of questions for myself.
You've you got one of them, right?
Africa, I guess.
No. So for A, acceptable answers were American,
Oh my
Assyrian, Arabian, Austrian, or Aztec.
Aztec.
For B, Babylonian, Brazilian, or Byzantine. And for C, Celtic, Carthaginian, and Chinese.
Means nothing to me. It means
So
absolutely nothing to me.
you got it. You got it with the Chinese, so unfortunately the other ones were incorrect. So that brings your total to 4 out of 10 for this section.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly,
That means
that was desperate. So desperate. Only 12 in total.
12 out of 20 in total.
Oh
How you
my
feeling,
god.
Scott?
That was so bad. That was so bad. But those questions did not suit me at all. Not at all.
You smashed the Bloodborne section, but yeah,
Smashed the Bloodborne question.
this general gaming let you down a little bit.
It did, and honestly, I feel like I know a lot, but those were like huge gaps. Not even to the point where I'm not familiar with that. Some of them, like, I've never even seen that played. Like, I wouldn't even know it existed until it's brought back to me. Like Civ, never been interested in. Fallout, did you say? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Shadow of the Colossus, I feel
Yeah,
like it's pretty niche in itself. Yeah, not my area. Didn't get a
there you go.
suitable platformer.
12 under
That's
20.
all we needed. He needed the boys. They didn't come.
You did the Crash Bandicoots, the Super Marios.
I needed them, yeah.
There we go. You gave it a good go, man. I respect it.
Give it a good go. Well,
Right, man. Do you want to sign off the video?
might as well. Yeah, that was one of the most painful online experiences of my life. No, I'm kidding. Thanks for coming anyway, guys. 12. That is nowhere near what I expected, but when it happens, it happens. The questions don't fall right. The questions don't fall right. And what can I do? 2 more people to come on. We'll see how they do. And more than ever, I'm interested. Like, especially with that second set, how many did you guys know? Like, more than ever, I'm interested because Jesus. But anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.